this planet, when we keep turning a blind eye to our brothers and our sisters and our family, which is us as a whole, as all of humanity, then of course it's going to get to the point where there's, homeless sleeping under, a bridge in Calabasas, because we ignored the homeless person sleeping in front of the Gucci store. How is this? Just look at that visual. It's a homeless person sleeping in front of the Gucci store. We have builders. We have people who know how to make communities. We have people who know how to cook and how to make food and how to bring this food. People are fighting over land and not really realizing that we're not maximizing our resources and our existence. We've got genius level scientists. We've got people who have broken out of the chains, like Elon. Like, imagine if Elon was working at GM on the third floor somewhere. We wouldn't have electric cars. We wouldn't have that new Porsche hybrid. Imagine if the guy that started Airbnb was shut down, or the guys who started Uber were shut down. All of these people who break away and then create the new society and the next frontier of where we're going. It feels to me like MIT is a place that has to be funded by people who want to take the smartest people on the planet and make them work on the smallest things that won't change anything. And I've talked to people from MIT, and I could look at this brilliant person I was talking from MIT, and he was afraid. Everything was fear. Everything was about his girlfriend's pregnant, and we just got a house, and I don't want to do anything to change this. And this is like one of the most brilliant people on the planet. But if you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people that are going to change the world, because there's people who have been anointed. You can't teach the brilliance and the anointings. There's people who hit the game of life and they've got something that they're going to do no matter what school they go to. They just know how to do it. They knew how to do it before they got here, and they were going to do it. And these people just need to see what it looks like to overcome the smoke screens of public humiliation, of bankruptcy. I was in debt, the fear of loss. I lost my mom. Or the fear of death. Even in the schools, you remove prayer, you remove God, you remove the fear of God, you create the possibility of the fear of everything else. But watch this. If you instill the fear of God, you eliminate the fear of anything else. And it's not that I am fearless. I am literally shaking and in so much fear of my Father. I fear God, and I don't fear nothing else. If you're alive, you're young, and we're like children. And there's all these things, these sharp edges, these corners, these anxieties, these fears, these things put in our food, our diet, our diet of what we consume right here, that turn us old and make us brittle and make us put that fear on our kids. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. We put these evils on our children. We put racism on our children. We put fear on our children. And the children are fearless. The children, it's funny. It's like Claudio Silvestri, one of our lead architects that I work with since age 24. He built this home in Majorca with John Paulson. And he has like this golf course, which the acoustics are incredible, but it's this part where you can walk along that's 20 feet high. And I said, what about the kids? What, you have a balcony, you have a banister or something? And he looked at me and said, they're smarter than we think.
Wow.
And meaning, like, if we were never taught the missing banister theory, that we could all tightrope walk. The missing banister theory, I wrote it in my book, Thank You and You're Welcome, that I wrote with my friend. Look, you could walk down a straight line without worrying about anything, but you take that exact straight line and put it 20-story high, 20 stories high. You know I'm going with it.
Yep.
And you remove the balconies, you're going to be so concerned about the idea of falling that it will make you fall.
Yep.
And that's where the superpower is, in removing the fear.
Yes. That's a beautiful thing to say right there.
Yeah. And it's also probably the first sound biteable thing that I've said the entire interview.